Welcome to my channel, Sweet Naya Reacts, and today is about Americans fed up with paying high rent. They say the cost of living is way too high. They're paying high rent, not able to pay their bills, and then they having to move back in with their parents just to make ends meet. So we're gonna look at these videos and see what they're saying about paying high rent.
Yo, the cost of living is ridiculous. So, my lease is about to end and, I'm apartment hunting, just looking around. And I haven't been apartment hunting in so long because I've been in my current place for about 2 years. And now that I'm looking, I'm like, oh, this is what they talking about. I'm looking at 1 bedrooms for $2,000, $2,100, 2 bedrooms, $2,300. I would never pay that for an apartment. I will never. And I know a lot of people keep saying, just get a house, get a house. It's not that simple, buddy. When you have a house, your base mortgage could be $1,600, but all the other stuff you got to pay on top of that, you're paying a lot more than that. I know people paying $2,600 for mortgage, $2,700 for a mortgage. No, I'm not doing that right now. And then you understand property taxes, HOA fees, all that stuff that adds up. Having a house is not cheap. It's very expensive, and you need to be financially well off to have a house. And most people are not financially well off, and they have houses and they're house poor. I don't want to be that person. Baby steps. Now, I'm thinking to myself, there's no way I'm paying that much for an apartment. But at this point, I have no choice. I had set up an apartment tour, and God be speaking to me. I set up an apartment tour. I knew something was off because the prices were a little down there. This morning, that same apartment complex I set up a tour for, they said someone got shot this morning. Tour canceled. And my prayers go out to whoever the victim was. But yes, tour is canceled. I'm not about to go get an apartment. Someone just actively got cat. So next option. At this point, it's looking like I might have to pay $2,100 for an apartment. I seen these one apartments. They were beautiful, gorgeous, in a good area. $2,200 for a 2-bedroom. I think not. I don't know what I'm going to do at this point. I have absolutely no clue what I'm going to do. I don't want to move to the hood. I don't want rats and roaches. I don't want shootouts, and I don't want my car getting broken into. I don't want to, live in a nice area, but I'm damn near broke every paycheck paying for rent. I don't know what to do. I really don't. I don't want to stay in my current apartments because now people are starting to catch on to how low the price is, and now it's starting to become ghetto. So I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. I have no idea. And this whole hustle, I'm not with the hustle culture. Life is too short for that. I don't feel like hustling. People talk about you sleep when you die. I don't got time for that. I want to live a good life here. I want it to be peaceful. I want it to be stress-free. I want life to be stress-free. I don't got time to be grinding to the point where I can't enjoy life. I don't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? People, you retired 67. No, I don't got time for that. I'm 35. I'm tired of the grinding. I'm not trying to live a difficult life. I'm trying to live a easy life. I don't care what none of y'all say. All that hustle bustle, all this stuff, American culture, y'all got it. I'm tired. I'm tired of doing that. I don't want to just work. No, I'm looking for a way out. I'm looking for something different. I might have to just move out of this country at this point, but yeah, I'm done.
Well, if you move to like the Philippines, I think the rent for an apartment there would be like $400 a month. So, might have to.
I called my mom today and told her I'm moving back in. And I'm 40 years old. And I have 2 children. When I say that it's hard, you got rent, you got your car note, you got car insurance, you got your light bill, you got your water bill, you have your cell phone bill. Last month I spent over $1,500 in grocery. I don't know. I don't know how you guys are making it, but I'm ready to move back in with my mom and help her pay her rent. Yeah.
Landlords, you're not checking our credit score anymore. You're checking our blood pressure. You want 3 times the monthly income to rent some of these places? Average rent in America just hit $3,000. So $9,000 a month. The average American is not making that kind of money. This shit's crazy, dude.
I am sitting here showing this property and I am just in disbelief. I got here a little early, but I know houses so well that I already know that my client is going to be disappointed when we walk in. And it's super crazy to me that we have reached a point in the economy where this townhouse in Upper Marlboro, Maryland is renting for $2,900 a month. I'm gonna show
In Maryland used to be cheap. Wow, that's way too much.
y'all these cases every time I get it, because I want you to understand that despite what's happening in the market, you need to do everything in your power to become a homeowner. Paying $2,900 a month in rent is asinine for a house that has major issues. I could tell. I ain't even got to be a home inspector. And guess what? The little patch of land that you see out here, this little greenery right here, is your responsibility to cut that grass. Whatever is available in the back, if there is a backyard, we'll see it when we go inside. You got to keep that up as well. You got to pay for lighting, electricity, water, gas, okay? You got to pay for all of that. And then you're paying them $2,900 a month. Renting does not make sense in the DMV, all right? Especially not renting other people's houses. Now, I understand that in certain situations, you have to do what you have to do. But hear me when I tell you that you must put all of your resources together to become a homeowner. It is not that difficult. You will not be house poor if you learn your numbers before you go into the buying process. This is ridiculous at this point. I can't even believe it. I can't even keep a straight face. And trust me, my clients that know me know good and well that I have these conversations with them. So don't think that I'm just posting these videos on the internet. No, I tell my clients. Any rental clients that I have are renting by choice or renting because they have to, but it's not a long-term goal. All right, y'all. Bye.
It's like once you get an apartment and you got to start paying rent and stuff by yourself, them other bills got to take the back seat. The rent literally got to get paid by any means necessary. I'm seeing all these videos about people talking about which bills should take priority. If you have a car, would you let your car get repossessed or pay your rent? Let me tell you, if you didn't know before, you know now. Don't get evicted. Don't get evicted. One of the most valuable lessons that I've learned thus far in adulthood is to not ever get evicted again. Life is legit hell after eviction. And you know what? I take that back, because if you ever been through eviction before, life is hell once you get served. Matter of fact, I take that back again. Life is hell once you miss that first payment and you already know that you ain't gonna be able to catch up. Don't believe me? Don't find out. And as somebody who's been through something as tragic as that, and of course have experienced homelessness, I don't think I could ever be a property manager because I would not be able to fathom that. And I think people get in these positions and they get big headed and this chip on their shoulder and they're so out of touch with reality. You don't know what it's like until it's you in that seat. All the it could never be me or don't have money or you just don't pay your bills. You have no idea how people end up in those situations. People who know me in real life and people who know me on this app will probably look at me and say, there ain't no way. How did you? So yeah, we don't talk enough about how important it is to make sure that that rent is the top priority bill. I'm talking about even over the light bill, over that car insurance, over that car note. Your debt comes second to that rent. Even if you got to starve, they gotta rush you to the hospital because your body is decomposing because you don't have no food in it. Not to mention you can last longer without food than you can water. So just stay hydrated. You pay that rent, or at least attempt to pay that rent before anything.
We're getting evicted in 5 days and we're going to be homeless again because we're beating the system. We're going to beat the system by avoiding paying rent. This system got people paying high rent and struggling. They don't have time to spend time with their family to do the things that they need to do for themselves or want to do. It's messed up, and we're beating the system by living outside and by being entrepreneurs and having all this time. We're avoiding the 9 to 5. Okay, we're avoiding rent right now. We're not dealing with all that because we want more time to focus on ourselves and focus on this business, scaling the business to the top. And we're gonna scale the business without getting our hands dirty. Okay, so we don't mind taking a longer route. We don't mind being uncomfortable, which honestly the tent gonna be comfortable anyway. We're gonna have it set up crazy in there. She's smart. She got it set up to where we're gonna be so warm in the winter. You might want to stay out there longer. It's so comfortable. It's goofy. We got 5 days to move all this stuff.
If you make $500 a week and you get paid 4 times a month, it's 4 weeks in a month. I think there's a month or two of the year that got 5 weeks in it. So $500 a week times 4, that's $2,000 a month that you make at your current job. And your rent is $1,700 a month. And $1,700 a month could be a pretty decent apartment or a pretty decent house. So that will leave you $300. Now mind you, you have to go to work, right? You have to get gas. A lot of people do carpool. So they may pay them $100 a month for carpool or $100 a month for gas. That actually leaves them $200. Now that's just if they carpool. If they got their own vehicle, they're probably paying $100 a week just in gas. Your mortgage is $1,700. You pay $100 for gas. Where does that leave room for your utilities? How do you pay a $87 or $120 light bill or an $85 water bill? How do you buy groceries for your family? I'm trying to do the math here to see how people are supposed to survive in this type of economy right now. A person can't even live off $2,000 a month. And if you find something less than $1,700 a month, as far as living, it's gonna be full of rats, roaches. It's gonna be in a bad neighborhood that's riddled with crime, riddled with violence. So how do you win in this economy, man? $2,000 a month used to be a lick, man. It used to be a lick back in the day. These people out here are struggling for real, man. No wonder robberies have went up so high. No wonder crime is going up so high. No wonder so many bank robberies are occurring and people are actually getting away with it. $2,000 a month ain't shit anymore, man. I've been sitting here trying to do the math, and I've been asking myself, how are people able to survive, man? And then out of that $500 a week that you make at work, you don't even bring the whole $500 home because they take out insurance, they got this bullshit tax, they got that bullshit tax, They got your 401k, they got your insurance. Oh, and don't even let me get started on child support. How the hell do you even survive making $2,000 a month and your rent is $1,700? How can you eat? How do you survive this, man? You guys let me know what y'all think of this in the comment section. This is crazy when you really, really think about it. But thanks for watching.
I'm not even gonna lie, rent so high, I'm about to go pick up a shift at the leasing office. I'm about to cover their Saturdays because rent is about to blow us out the country. I heard that they be getting discounts when they work at the leasing office. If you ask me, a part-time job as a leasing agent don't sound too bad. Because when I think about it, I really was sitting on the most amount of money when I was a resident advisor in college. When I didn't have to pay for room and board, when I tell you that money was so fat, boy, that check, that refund, that money from them jobs was so fat. Don't even get me started. And I just genuinely feel like if you can find a way to finesse and really get ahead by not having to pay for living, ain't no way you ain't balling out. And I get everybody's situation is different. I'm not trying to say that and tell people what they should do or whatever like that. I'm just giving my opinion for all the comments and the internet warriors. But like, think about it. If I could really pull that off, keep my same career, pick up maybe 1 to 2 shifts every now and then at a leasing office and get free or discounted rent.
Yeah, the cost of living is very high, and that's why a single income, one income, is really going to be rough. You got to have like 2 incomes, and then if you are one income, you just got to find a way to have 2 incomes because it's not going to cut it with just one nowadays. You got to have a side hustle to make the extra money to pay the bills. You got to practically be able to work overtime at your job. You're going to have to do a lot of overtime just to pay the bills and the high rent. It's rough. That's reality. You know, rent is important, but it's no longer $425 a month for rent. You don't see that no more. Kiss those days goodbye. That was my first apartment. $425 in 98, I think it was. Yeah. Those days no longer exist. Not even a studio for like $900. You don't see that anymore. Everything is expensive. No, actually, I'm not even gonna say studio for $900. Studio for $500 back in the day. It probably is like $900 now or more. Yeah, for studio. So I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about this. The rent too high is making you crazy trying to pay it, and you having to work extra hours to make ends meet. You know, do overtime and also have a side hustle or something. You know, and it's just tough trying to do it. You miss those days when the rent was averaging like in the 500s. Now it's averaging in the 2000s and 3000s. Wow. And then you got to pay everything else. It's ridiculous. It's just too much. So, yeah. If this is something you like, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Share this video if you know somebody who can relate to this situation here, high rent, which is a lot of people that can relate to it in America, very high. And yeah, let me know what you think about this, and hit the notification bell and comment your thoughts on this. And I will see y'all all in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.